In this video, I'm going to go over a wallpaper changer called Unsplash Wallpapers. If you found the video on YouTube, I will provide a link below the video that gives a description and how to install it on your system. Now, if you look, Unsplash Wallpapers is a cross-platform desktop application to set wallpapers on your machine. And as you can see, it sets in your system tray. It's there, and you can click on it to change your wallpaper. And in a moment, I'll click through it and show you how to use it. And as you can see, you can have a preview. You can hit Set as Wallpaper, and it will set as your wallpaper. I do have how to install Unsplash Wallpapers on your system. Since it's a cross-platform, if you go to the releases section on their website, you'll see that there's multiple extensions like deb file for Ubuntu or Debian-based systems, executable files for Windows, RPMs for Fedora and Fedora type systems, and you got the Apple and Mac extensions as well. So you can click the platform or the installation file for this type of system that you have. Since I'm running Ubuntu Mate, which is a distribution or a fork of Ubuntu, I downloaded the deb file, and once it downloaded, I went to the folder, double clicked onto it, and I used the GW package installer, package manager, and then I click the install package. And if you don't have GW and you're on Ubuntu or Debian based system, you can copy that, put that in your terminal, and it will install like you see here on the website. And if for some reason it's not in your menu, I recommend to reboot. And then after you reboot, if it's not in your menu, you can use the main menu editor and put this information into it so that it will be displayed in your menu. So if you look here, if I go to graphics, it is now here, the Unsplash Wallpapers. I'm not going to click onto it because it's already currently running in my background. So the first time you run it, you can click onto it to run it into your system tray, and then you can change things. I do have illustrations here on my website, and I'm not going to go through all of those. If you want to remove it, it shows you how to remove it using the terminal, or you can remove it using the Synaptic Package Manager. Now here's the little icon. It kind of looks like a square with a piece cut out, and it goes to the top. So if you click onto it, it says Unsplash Wallpapers. You click on the Unsplash Wallpapers, and it will display. Now yours will be empty if you click on it the first time. Here's where you go to your categories, and in the category section you can choose. In my case, I chose nature. I think by default is the first one, or I don't even know if it even has a categories to start with, but in my case I chose nature. You can choose, I think it was wallpapers was the default, and I went through and I chose nature. You can simply change it by choosing animals and then hitting refresh, and when you hit refresh, it goes back to the images that you previously had set. So if you want to like to look at the animals, you just basically double click on the animals thing to change it, and then you go into here, refresh, and it will go, after you hit refresh button, it will take you to the category that you had selected. In this case is the animals category. So as you can see here, I can change, like if I want to set these jaguars or cougars to as my wallpaper, I would set wallpaper, and it immediately changes that particular wallpaper. And I can recircle through them, and I can go through here and pick whatever wallpaper that I want. If I like a cat, I can go to set as wallpaper, and that changes the wallpaper instantly. Now if you go to the gear icon, that is your settings, you can then choose to run it startup, so that way every time you boot your system, it will load in the system tray and you won't have to click on it anymore to start the program. You can change the theme. By default it is set to light mode, but since I have my dark mode of my system, I chose the theme to be dark mode. You can then change it to update your images, to refresh your images hourly, daily, weekly, or you can choose to manually change them if you'd like to see more pictures more often. Now I do want to say this part: if you have a very small hard drive, you might either want to choose daily or weekly, because these images will accumulate over a period of time, taking up hard drive space. Because if you've ever been to Unsplash, you can see that these wallpapers are some pretty big images, so you might want to go to maybe once a day for daily. Then you can go back here and it will show you your list of histories of the images that you had set as your wallpaper. That would have been my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. As you can see, that was the one I changed to when I started, and then that's the most current one. So it goes from your oldest and kind of zigzags to your newest. So that way you can see your history of wallpapers that's been on your system. And like I said, if you do have a very small hard drive, I recommend you to choose daily or maybe even weekly of changing your wallpaper images. You can go and, like I said, change your topics by just double clicking onto it. I like the animal section and the nature section. I just like the outdoors, so the animals and nature is just my favorite categories. You can go through and choose whatever category. And remember, these are copyright free images, so that way that if you've ever installed a Linux distribution, you'll probably notice some of the images that you see on Unsplash was probably where the creators got the images from to add it to that distribution. This is very easy to install. It's very easy to uninstall. It's a very simple program. I mean, there's not much to it, and it runs in the background and does as the application's supposed to by changing your wallpaper on your desktop. Hopefully this video has helped someone, and have a great day.